Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel for another Stalker mod showcases. Sorry about that, my throat is a little bit dying, lol. Anyway, we're back here, yeah, and it's September, yeah, or in this case the end of September. The first day of October, I know that today is the first day of October, so yeah, it's not really the end of September, is it? Anyway, with that out of the way now, so for this previous month's mod showcases, first we have Doom's mod merch. This is for Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. It is not a standalone. It requires version 1.0006 of Stalker, and basically Doom's mod merge is combined with additional features from Lurk, AMK, and many other stuff. So features, we have the Lurk 1.1 inventory effects upon being shot and running out of stamina. The Lurk 1.1 item usage effects, for example, you bolster your weapon for a few seconds when you're using an item, medkits, bandages, foodstuffs, everything. Lurk 1.1 inventory user interface, dynamic news from AMK. You will receive occasional messages from NPCs detailing real-time events, Stalker obituaries, item sale listings, calls for help, etc. Loot money mod. You can now loot small amounts of money from NPC corpses. Eastern Euro names and surnames, you know, for added realism. Zone of alienation actor visuals, and that's pretty much it. So for what I've played, the gunplay is decent. You know, it's based on Lurk. It has some really good weapon models and good effects, and there is a good variety of content. So this is like I won't call it Vanilla Plus, but let's call it Vanilla Plus Plus. Anyway, as always, down links will be in the description. Next we have, excuse me, Misery Overhaul 1.3. This is for Stalker Call of Pripyat. It is not a standalone. It requires Stalker Call of Pripyat and Misery 221 installed. So this mod slash add-on slash unofficial patch is an overhaul aimed mostly at audio-visual aspects of weapons, however also contains some bug fixes and quality of life improvements and new balance improvements. This file does not mess with original ideas and difficulty of the Misery mod. It is meant to stay as close to the Vanilla's mod as possible. So, features: new models for all weapons, excluding the AK-47, the AKM and the AKMS, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R TRG-42, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R M95, the KSVK, the GOS, the FN Fall, the Papashaw, the RPK 545-762, the M14 DMR, the MP412 Rex, the AK-74 Cobra, and some pistols. Those weapons will not get swapped for 100%. Regarding pistols, all vanilla pistols reuse one set of animations, and the rule is simple. If to replace one, I have either to replace all or have fun with rewiring animations so pistols will potentially get swapped in the future. Swap weapons. The SK-94 Metro is now 9A91, technically the same gun. Crisis Scar, aka XM8 Guerrilla Camo, is now XM8 with more neutral model. M16A1 is now M16A2. GP100 357 Magnum, Mossberg Short, Remington 870 Short. Inventory icons. Lead artifact container is one cell now. This allows quick slot use. Crowbar is one cell now. This allows quick slot use. All artifacts are easy to see in inventory. All healing items are highlighted in red to be easily recognizable with the inventory mess. All stamina boosters are highlighted in cyan. Lighter is highlighted in fireish gradient. New UI icons for all new models stated above. All defective scopes now have unique icon. Sorry about that. Fixed icon for one of the RPK LMGs. Shovels now face the same direction. Added missing inventory icons for S.T.A.L.K.E.R Carabiner and S.T.A.L.K.E.R Warn. Additionally, new icons for Swiss Knife, Field Cutlery, EpiPen, Morphine, Cyblocker, Ukrainian MRE, Russian MRE, GL Grenades, Saiga 12, M14 DMR, GSH 18, GP100, MP412 Rex, SVU, SVU Suppressor, SVD, OTS 14, OTS 14 Storm, FN Fall Family except the Para, KSVK, and ammunition, most ammo boxes. Some icons don't necessarily reflect world model 1-to-1, but they never did in the first place. New sounds, every suppressed shot sound was replaced. Everything from new models comes with new sounds. Audio is now playing in sync with animations. New sharpening stone sounds. Almost every weapon had at least one sound changed. Other changes. Restored weapon muzzle flash. Confusing main menu strings changed. For example, leave misery changed to quit the game. Chapters to load the game, etc. Proper OGG comments. Adjusted values for all the weapon sounds for the game engine to play them properly. Fix one of heavy freedom suit upgrades. Power loss equals minus 0.006 changed to minus 0.06. Disabled radiation for controller scalp, burr skin, chimera hide, pseudo giant hide. Radiation was so low it was dispersed before it could do any harm, but was enough to make radiation icon blink constantly. New casing particles for every weapon. Unified shotgun shell texture for every shotgun. Draw holster empty sounds are simplified into categories. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, snipers, and set for weapons accordingly. Some weapons are exception from this rule and either have their own audio or reuse sound from other category to better suit the animation. So, for what I played, the gunplay is, it's vanilla misery. There is a good variety of content, and for the people that like misery, yeah, I recommend this. How do I say it? Misery, it's like Anomaly, if you know what I mean. Actually, Anomaly is a direct descendant from Misery, but that's another story. Anyway, as always, download links will be in the description. Next we have RMA 1.1 plus OGSR engine plus full weapons reanimation Call of Pripyat edition. So this is a mod for Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, and it is a standalone. So this modification is an attempt to restore the plot of the times of 2005. Information to restore the plot was taken from the old build of the game, 2215, 2205, 1935, and from the resources of the Shadow of Chernobyl. In addition to restoring the plot, this modification corrects some errors of the original game. After going through the game once, you will not see everything that has been added to the mod, because individual episodes can be passed in different ways. Well, that's interesting. Features weapons visual modification with its unique fixes and a small expansion of the gameplay. The main emphasis is on its unique weapons pack with its own characteristics. The overall style will resemble the assembly of 2004-2005. OGSR engine error correction of the original engine, improved graphics and optimization, update engine components, creating new opportunities for developers, fully operational x64, graphics from ZP with corrections and innovations, all renderers work including DirectX 10 and DirectX 11. Sound engine from ZP plus support from OpenAL Soft and many more. So for what I played, the gunplay is vanilla, but it adds the RMA storyline basically. I have a playthrough, Jesus Christ, I have a playthrough of RMA Autumn Aurora. Basically it's the same storyline, but in the OGSR engine. As always, download links for this mod and its translation will be in the description. And finally we have Shadows Addon 3.0 for Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. This is not a standalone and requires Shadow of Chernobyl version 1.00006. So Shadows Addon 3.0 is an alternative development of Shadows Addon 089 and RMA 11. The changes affected almost all resources and modifications and the original game Shadow of Chernobyl. So features restored plot CGI videos from Shadows of Chernobyl, replaced Mark I face texture based on video, replaced all textures meshes with adaptation for widescreen and square monitors, you know, CRT monitors. The textures of the inventory progress bars along with the inscriptions have been replaced. Replace the textures of the ends with more visually suitable ones. Frames from the Soviet film by Tarkovsky Stalker have been added for TV. Added missing pictures in information about game locations and anomalies. Photos about the zone and artifacts have been added to the encyclopedia. Added new visual effects, hit marks from hitting the player, fixed drawing errors in the PDA encyclopedia, replaced icons with better ones, lots of user interface, trade and dialogue fixes, fixed incorrect positioning of most interface elements for 5:4 and 16:9 screen formats, optimized the textures of the Dead City maps, cordon, icons and logos. The indicator for throwing bolts and grenades has been redesigned, restored elf and armor indicators to original ones, optimization of weapon textures and bumps was carried out, which made it possible to reduce the total file size by several times without much loss in quality. The bolt texture has been changed to a darker version, several buttons in the main menu have been removed, some elements have been moved for greater convenience. Remove the flashing PDA icon from the game screen when receiving new tasks information, along with a display of the number of contacts. Removed the inscription of the site from the build texture of the loading screen. Removed dirty filter from the night vision device, restored the cut dialogue of training with side orbit and corrected all the timings, restored all ambient tracks on locations from Moose with some changes. The original music has been returned to the bar and megaphone. The original sounds of the monolith and psi radiation have been restored. Global changes in the sound component with many additions and edits. Replaced sounds of injury, main character, siren, rain and PDA. The sound files in the military laptop have been replaced with more atmospheric ones. Added build music to main menu and credits. Added new jokes for stalkers of all factions. Fixed many bugs in OG comments for weapons, sounds, stalkers, monsters and other files. Adjusted the volume of some sounds and soundtracks. Fixed all detected sounds with an unpleasant clicking effect. All audio messages are synchronized with the text part. Reduced the audibility radius of the sound of military propaganda on cordon. Removed constantly repeated lines of characters such as yes, yes, come in, do not linger, etc. Removed constant fatigue sound from all NPCs while running or in combat position. The sound of main character fatigue has been replaced with a better version. Weaker Pseudo Giant Bloodsucker and Controller for the sake of preserving the player's nerve cells. Trade has been globally redesigned, prices have been revised, the weight of items and the amount of assortments from traders have been adjusted to improve the game balance. Added the ability to sell and buy flashlights from all traders. Changed the spawn rate of monster parts and caches to improve game balance. Changes have been made to the conditions for issuing caches in X18. Changed the accuracy of NPCs at all difficulty levels. Removed the health healing from food. Rebalance of first aid kits, anti-rad vodka and drinks. Radiation accumulates in the main character gradually at all difficulty levels. The capacity of artifacts on the belt has been increased to 6, and the remaining 12 slots for cartridges and a dosimeter with a detector. By the way, the dosimeter and detector are used together, complementing each other. The carry weight has been increased by 10 kilograms and the maximum is 80. Removed all freebies from locations, heaps of artifacts and other obscurantism that break the game atmosphere and balance. Removed anomalies and script sounds of shooting in Pripyat. Added missing interaction hotkeys. Now you can trade and switch between interface windows with all NPCs without using the mouse. Changed almost the entire description of weapon upgrades with a lot of text edits. Changed the possible options for the end of the game. There are 2 false endings and 1 true, plus free play. The control keys have been changed for the most convenient layout. There is a default key in the settings to return the original settings. The view of displaying the combat characteristics of weapons and armor has been changed to a more convenient one. Added missing description to all unique items. Fixed the permanent crash when shooting barkeep in the 100 rats bar. All possible annual value crashes have been fixed, which greatly improved the overall stability of the game. Fixed all bugs with displaying plot messages on widescreen monitors. Excuse me. Fixed errors in the text of biographies. Correct absence of biographies of some stalkers was revealed. Fixed position of text and textures in game menus. Optimize the parameters in the initial quality settings of the game. Disable automatic entry into freedom. Disabled sheet frames with sound in binoculars when detecting stalkers and monsters. Disabled campfire damage to prevent characters from self-immolating. The text tutorial at the beginning of the game has been completely redone, and errors in the order and duration of the tutorial messages have been fixed. The zoom on all sides has been completely redone. Now, for example, the 4x scope is really 4 times, with specially adjusted values. The viewing angle of absolutely all weapons is manually adjusted to the millimeter in accordance with the new parameters. The inertia of the camera has been completely removed. Viewing angle is set by default. Fix the radius and range of flashlight illumination to 20 meters. The confused characteristics of the SIVA and SSP-99M overalls from the original game have been corrected. A global revision of absolutely the entire text component was carried out. Fixed thousands of various grammatical errors and typos in all texts, descriptions and dialogues. Most of the text was rethought and rewritten from scratch. Remove the radius of the restrictors. NPCs will no longer push and interfere in narrow aisles. Remove the hanging markers from the map even after completing the corresponding task. Increase the attack radius of the knife to a usable distance. Increase the main character growth to the level of other NPCs. The system of normal and low crouching has been changed. Now, for example, it is possible to crawl into pipes, under vehicles, or into any other objects of the location. The weapon pack on Hybrid Hands, Clear Sky, adaptation from NLC 252. All original weapons have been replaced. Interface icons from NLC 7. All autoquests are disabled. Changed models of unique weapons. Changed game start time to morning. And that's pretty much it of features. That's a lot of stuff. Anyway, for personal experiences, for what I played, the gunplay is good. It adds the RMA storyline, just like the RMA mod. Plus, it adds a wide variety of content. Yeah, it is a good mod. It is decent. Visually, it's more, looks more like the game looked when it was released, and modern stuff. Anyway, that's all for this month. As always, download links will be in the description. Well guys, and that's all for this month. As always, I would like to give a shout out for the Sea Consciousness group for their work with the translations, as if it weren't for them there would be a lot of mods that we wouldn't be playing. Anyway, as always, the download links will be in the description. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching, stay safe and stay well, and I'll see you guys next time.